Hello everyone, it's nice to be with you again on this edition of Open Heaven Reflections. I'm Pastor Susana Olurotimi from the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Living Spring Center, North London. The topic for today is victory over storms, and the Bible passage is taken from the book of Mark, chapter 4, from verses 35 to 41. Mark 4, 35 to 41. On the same day, when evening had come, he said to them, "Let us cross over to the other side." Now, when they had left the multitude, they took him along in the boat as he was, and other little boats were also with him. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that it was already filling. But he was in the stern, asleep on a pillow. And they awoke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we're perishing?" Then he arose and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. But he said to them, "Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith?" And they feared exceedingly and said to one another, "Who can this be, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" Our memory verse for today is taken from the book of Psalm 34, verse 19. Psalm 34, verse 19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. The reflections for today is that I have often wondered why Jesus rebuked the disciples for being afraid in the passage that we read today. The disciples were not just in a normal windstorm. The Amplified Bible described it as a furious storm of wind, of hurricane proportions, and their boat was already filling with water, which means they could sink at any moment. If you were in that circumstance, wouldn't you be afraid? Perhaps your life is being beaten like that boat was in a storm of hurricane proportions. It is human nature to feel afraid. However, the truth is that once born again, we're not to be ruled by our human nature or the natural man, but our spiritual man, and that is why Jesus rebuked them. They were looking through their natural eyes and not through their spiritual eyes. Problems will always come, but we are to have peace and not fear, because we will surely overcome. 1 John 5:4 says, "For everyone born of God overcomes the world. This is the victory that has overcome the world, even our faith." We need to learn to exercise our faith and our authority when trouble comes. Like the disciples, we go looking for Jesus when the problem comes, when he had already given us the authority to be his mouthpiece and hands here on earth. Jesus linked faith with having no faith. No faith in what? In the power of God and the power that God has given to us as his children. Luke chapter 10 verse 19 says, "Behold, I give you the authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you." The disciples had been following Jesus for some time, and yet they were amazed when he commanded the storm to be still and obeyed. They had not yet grasped the fact that he had absolute dominion over creation. He spoke creation into being, and therefore his word can control it. Whatever situation you're facing today, speak God's word to it, and it will have no choice but to submit to the voice of the one who created all of creation. The action point today is that just as problems are bound to come, because you have Jesus, you too are bound to overcome. It's a balanced equation. And I pray that the Almighty God will give you that wisdom and the understanding that when Jesus is in your boat, everything will be okay. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Bye for now.